I like what I'm seeing over there. First time I'm here after the storm. A lot of nice stones showing up. Brick. And a lot of brick right there. Alright, as the tide goes out, that's what I'm going to hit first. Look at all this wood and trees that got knocked in. Washed in. It's a monster. If you were in a boat, you wouldn't want to collide with one of these things. Interesting foundation, probably of the old lighthouse. So quite a bit of sand was taken away from here. Check this all out. First target, just an old lure. What a great signal this thing gave off. She's gonna cap. Well, unfortunately I had to jump ship on my last spot today because with most nor'easters, unfortunately it tends to dump a lot of sand on the beach, and for that particular spot I desperately needed to take sand off the beach. So I got a little time left today. I'm gonna hit Old Faithful and hope that the rain from the storm came in and produced a good wash over here. We'll see. Tide's ready to come in on me. So you can see the waters will be moving, which generally I like because it washes this little river out. Austria. Okay. Here's a cool piece of glass I haven't seen in a while. I think they call this carnival glass. And so far, it's just not going as planned. Great wash, but nothing's coming up. Is it an old tile or a puzzle piece? I don't know. Well, this is the only find of the day. I'll be happy with it. I think this is some kind of old oh, look at this guy. Plastic toy. I'm not really sure what's going on here, other than I think he's holding some balloons. There we go. Bee gas balloons. Huh. Look at that guy. You selling gas? Or those gas balloons, they blow them up with the helium. Oh, you little carnival guy? How old are you? Well, I'm not sure if the weather went in reverse, but I'm back out on one of my favorite spots that I haven't checked out, whoa, since the storm. Look at the erosion that occurred here. The downside of that is, well, you can see even where the sand was pulled out. See those light tan spots? Once again, it's a lot of sand. Oh, look at that bird's nest of fishing line right there. Good job, guys. All right, we're gonna hunt around. I'm already a little thrown off because I can tell what happened here also. This is eroded well. But that's not what I want to see. Well, that's not a terrible find. In the sea glass world, red is a big treasure. And there's another one, a big chunk of cobalt blue. Thick, thick piece of glass. That's definitely got some big age to it. That's not really what I'm here for. Well, definitely finding different artifacts today, but this piece of wood looks really cool, like it's an old horn. Well, the storm definitely changes things. Sometimes it's not so much for the better. All this sand was dumped in. It wasn't pulled down because there's no sand up here. It's all dumped in from out there. This piece of wood was never even here. That came from the bay. And there might even be a little cut over there. Huge cut into the wall there. But what I'm walking on right now is probably about, let's say, 2 to 3 feet of new sand on top of all my search area. Well, I'm not totally giving up on this place yet based on this higher end. Look at this mess. Higher end of wash. That whole entire section there. Spent some time looking through here. I like a few pieces that are popping out here. Got that wooden handle I'm gonna take a look at. And I definitely see in those ore holders that I collect. That's a good find. I'd clean that up. Me telling me there's a little more history here than I thought. Let's put that in the pocket and look at this wooden handle here. I don't know how far it goes. Well, it's not wood after all. That is heavy metal. Oops. I don't know how heavy that is. But when striking it broke. Any ideas what that was? It's more like stone. It's rock composite. Huh. Hope it wasn't anything valuable. It's always interesting in here when you see these kind of pieces come out. I want to get low to see what's hanging out in there. So did the stones. Definitely stuff collecting in here. No gold rings with diamonds on it and 3 sapphires, I believe. I'm so specific because you're going to see in a minute what my twin brother found this morning out in the water. And pardon me if you heard that burp that just came out of me. This right here is just amazing. The sheer power of the tide and what it did to this cut. Look at the layers here. But unfortunately, again, this is a later dump, 60s, 70s, 80s. This kind of erosion should bring us monstrously old artifacts. I just don't think it will. But you can see those bottoms, there's junk everywhere. You'd need about 10, 18 wheelers to haul off all this garbage. Just look at how deep this is. And that's plastic right there. Stupid. Okay, what's catching my eye in this little section, I am starting to see some of the older lead bullets. If you just gaze up, you see a whole bunch of them right there. So I gotta get down low and scan this area. There's a big monster bolt right there. Just in case when they were firing off all these bullets, they didn't drop a few coins. There's one. A couple more. I like the bullets, they're interesting. They're all Coca-Cola. I have found gazillions of these. Maybe we'll do a variety check, because it seems like I'm picking up a bunch of different ones. Up a little bit. Like these. What do you got for me? Look at this. Boom, 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 boom. There's it. When that hit, I would imagine most of these are dropped. Do you see the fishing lure? So there are a few things. Look at this. Do I pick up every one of them? I'll be here all day. Trying to pick up the interesting ones. There's a copper one here. But things get mixed into here. I know, I need my scraper. There's a bunch more in here. That's a little lure. Little critter running away. I don't see any coins, so what's this? Boat part. You see anything? You couldn't take a detector through here. There's just too many signals. No buttons, no. Just a collection of bullets. Rats. Well, my bag is getting heavy. It's not old. Alright. Time to stand up. Well, I'm suspicious on this one. Look at how it's buried here. And now, unfortunately, as deep as this is, I'm really not too keen on the fact that this is going to be old. I gotta dig it up. This would have been under 12 feet of sand, but sand they probably pushed in. If it's the age of everything else I'm seeing, it's probably 70s or 60s, but being that it's sitting like this, I gotta dig it up. Age confirmed, 1970s. Just needed to be a little bit deeper. It's an awfully big doll. Not something you pick up every day. Alright, haven't played this game in a while. What's on the other? This pathetic bug. What's on the other end of this line? Is it a lure? Is it a weight? Is it a hook? Oh, it's coming. It's a hook. Okay, back at it again. Now, since my last trip here, where I did a lot of digging and scraping, as you can see right here, I'm hoping that the high tides would have come in and kind of washed through some of this stuff, which with all the glass and stuff coming out on top, you can see it has. But I'm just hoping, besides these little critters, something cool pops up. Bedford china. No designs. I have a decent amount to look at. And not a huge amount of time, because I gotta get back to regular life in about an hour. It's a nice old 1920s soda crates. I think I've looked at that about 1,000 times. Shoe. I remember stuff comes out on this side too. Alright, let's hope for some interesting finds. Well, the only reason I'm taking this amber ball is I was 100% sure it was a broken neck and it had a bottom to it. And it's a full piece. And because it's tiny, I'm going to keep it. What else did I see down here? Copper. Some kind of gear. I don't know if this is a broken piece. Sometimes you gotta get low. Your hips better be ready for it, or you might not get up. Right here, dug so deep. That doesn't seem like it wants to come out. Maybe it's bigger than I thought. Ooh. I'm gonna dig that out and see what happens. And we just might have something a little bit more interesting here. You can see where I just pulled it out of and looked at it real fast. Initially, the color potentially struck me, and of course the cork top, which I know some of these glue bottles, if that's what this is, the cork top, they made these quite late. But this particular one has a little more to it. It's worthy of a cleaning. I'm going to place it maybe right at about 100 years old. I'll know better when I get it home. Get all this chunk out of it. I don't really see any bubbles in it. There's a seam. Seems to go all the way up. The seam seems to go all the way up. I'll take it home. I must have missed this guy the other day. I got the little guy holding the balloons, and this looks like a buddy of his. Just hanging out, got washed out, so I'm going to be able to see him now. And what are you doing? And where's all the rest of your friends? I know there's more of you. You can't hide from me. What are you doing, mysterious man with top hat? Huh. Oh, you're a police officer. Look at you. You might be cooler than the other guy with the balloons. Here's a little bit of an eroded area from some digging I did. So it definitely got me into some junk that I could pull down. I see a spoon. What's that? A spoon right here. Yeah. Must be just an old silver plated copper spoon. What else you got? Scraping. got another bottle come out in my older section. I'm not doing cartwheels over it yet, but I have found a couple older ones here, so I'm hoping that has some age to it. We'll see in a minute. Well, we were close. The top's broken off. It's a crown top. King's Brewing Incorporated. Looks like Brooklyn. I'm not so sure how old it is. We'll look it up for fun. Well, I figured I'd videotape this strange little piece before I cleaned it off, because it looks very, very interesting. What are you? Are you a brass kind of dragon claw? What is that all about? Huh? Talon? Eagle talon? What was the rest of you? That's intriguing as it can be. Huh. Alright, you are cool. Yeah. Give me some ideas before I go on Google. Google search. Nice.